Hi, good afternoon. Today we have the interview with our expert, the engineer Randall Petrie. He has studies in transgenic crops. He has in Coban, Guatemala, and today we have the pleasure. Mr. Petrie, how are you?
Fine, thank you guys. And how about you?
Fine, thank you.
How is the raining Zamorano?
Heavy, heavy.
Very nice. Well, let me know how can I help you?
We need your studies and knowledge for the transgenic crops for an interview.
Okay,
Okay.
shoot away.
First question. How do you think transgenic crops will help us in food production in the future?
Well, as you know, transgenic crops are very important because they are modified plants that will help us produce a larger amount of crops in a smaller size plantation, right? So I think they will play a key role in the ability we have to obtain large amounts of food from smaller crops, right? And they are also very important because they are pest resistant. So they are very helpful for people that do not want to spend too much money in pesticides or things like that.
Okay. According to you, why do you think transgenic crops have had such as a bad reputation with the consumers?
Well, I think that as with most of things in nature, people are not sure what they are. They don't fully understand the meaning of a TGC. So maybe I think 90% of people are afraid because they don't really know what they are. They don't understand the process that they have. 5% of people are scared because of the secondary effects they may have of the radiation, for example, diseases and other things. Another 5% of the people are just purists that prefer their food without any alterations, right? Like, there are many corporations that don't like them because of the radiation they receive to be modified.
Okay, yes. Will transgenic crops have the same acceptance as now in the future or no?
Yes, I think it's a question of time, as with many things, for people to understand the meaning of them and to really see the potential they have in the market, right, man?
Okay.
And I think the people will accept them once they understand what is happening. They will really accept.
Yes. Okay. How can the use of transgenic technologies help us improve the productivity of our farms on in other kinds of activities?
Well, as I was saying before, they will provide greater yields for farmers. You can plant 1 hectare with transgenic crops, and you will get five times more than you would plant a normal plant, right, man? So I think it's going to be very important that they have a lesser value of plantation and a greater value of production. So that's, I think, it's a really important part about TGCs, that they are cheap to plant and they give you a lot of earnings when you collect them.
With this situation actually and in the future, you consider transgenic crops to be part of the food security?
Yes, definitely. As I was telling you, they are modified plants, so their genetics allow them to be harvested anywhere in the world. They can be planted in any type of soil, in any type of climate, and they will produce. That's the good part about TGCs. And they will allow us to improve greatly the food security all over the world, definitely.
Okay. Which global organization promotes the use of transgenic crops and which are against?
Well, there are many organizations that are pro TGCs and against them. Some of the pro TGCs may be Monsanto Co., Bayer Co. Down Chemicals also provides help with them and studies them. And some organizations that are against their use are mainly the people who are purists, right, man? They like their food green. So maybe some of them would be the Food Safety Center, the Consumers Union, and I have some other here like the Sierra Club. That's a big company that is against TGCs all over the world.
Yes. What would be the negative consequence of a food security system based on transgenic crops?
Well, as you know, this technology is still in development. We don't have too much experience with them. It's a growing science. And I think some of the problems or side effects we can encounter with them are the effect they may cause on wildlife because animals can and definitely we will consume them. We really have to study the effects they have on antibiotics on our bodies, right? But it's a question of time for us to really understand the side effects they may have. At the moment, with all the studies they have done, we haven't found any problems with TGCs. They are all pro bonus.
Okay. Notion of time, epoch, system, and technologies are advising. We now have this agrotechnology. Do you think that will be possible to have a more advanced technology that can supply the nutritional need, having less negative effects on the soil and the world, and why?
I think it's a matter of time before TGCs really do all what we need to do, right? We need to make them evolve so that they do not harm the soils and extract too much nutrients from them. And I think they are our best shot at nutrients, right, man? Right now, it's like the top of technology, and I don't think we can do better than them. What we have to do is to improve them greatly. And when we do improve them, we will have very little issues with them.
Yes, okay. How will ensure the good distribution of food in the world, as it is now said that we are producing twice as much food as required, but poorly distributed? What a strategy would use to make this distribution efficient?
Well, I think our best options are free trade agreements between countries. I think this would greatly improve and help the import and export of vegetables all over the world and fruits. I think it's a problem because many countries are very closed into receiving or exporting goods, right, man? So I think it's very important for them to clean up their free trade agreements and establish new ones so that we can have a real network of distribution. So this way we will prevent the spoiling of food that it's really great. It's a really big deal in the world right now.
Yes. The last question. The economic level affects the development strategy. Transgenic are well-known products also because of their high cost. High cost. How profile will it be for an average farmer to use these products?
Well, I think it's a matter of investment, right, man? If you invest a large amount of money in your farm, you will get better results. And I think TGCs are exactly this case. If an average farmer comes and plants TGCs, he will receive a much greater income from them than if he would just plant a regular plant. So I think it's very important that regular farmers start using this because they will get much better results in a smaller size of plantation, right, man? And they can also use landscapes that are not in use right now because the versatility they have as TGCs. So I think they should do this and improve and increase their earnings and increase the size of their plantations. So it's much more easier for them to manage and much cheaper also.
Thank you, engineer. Thank you for your time
You're very
and
welcome.
your corporation. See you
You're
soon.
very welcome, my friend. Have a nice day.
Thank you.